morning, everybody. Welcome. My name is Sandra, and today I'm going to show you how I set up my bullet journal for the month of May. This is pretty much like a health, wellness, mental wellness, mental well-being, all of those things. I found that it was easier to keep track of that stuff in one book instead of a planner where I was constantly flipping back and forth. So what I'm going to do, it is my butterfly setup this month. So I want to use the butterflies that I used to make my stickers, which are right here. So I hand painted these. They're watercolor, even though they don't really look like it. I think what I want to do is, instead of just like keeping the full page, I'm going to cut them out and then paste them all over. Maybe I'll think of a quote that can go here. And then on this page, I'll just put the month. And I think that's what we'll do. I think I'll fast forward the rest of it. This will be a really short video because, I'm not filling out the entire thing. I'm just like doing the setups for each of the spreads. So, and then we'll explain at the end. We will be right back.
I got an ache inside of me. It's a deep hole where I bleed. Oh, can I seal it? You're like an ocean without land, not a single grain of sand. I'm drifting on it. So cold yet warm. When you hold me, when you close, I know, I'm a lost case, I'm a mess. But everything feels a little bit lighter with you. Something's letting me heal. You're making it brighter right through the gray. It's the last thing that I need. Wanna feel something that's real. With you I get that. You're like a lighthouse in a dream, really distant but your beam is guiding me home. So cold yet warm. When you hold me, when you close, I know, I'm a lost case, I'm a mess. But everything feels a little bit lighter with you. Something's letting me heal. You're making it brighter right through the gray.
Hit you with the text on XO. My ace boom boom, no flex, no. I won't gas you up like petrol. Just trying to take you way up where the jets go. But you didn't notice that. Keep clocking all my hours, I told you that. Work now, play later. But you keep going off on me. Keep texting like it's all on me. Yeah, you're all in my head like you're my forever, not for right now. My day one, you hold me down. Hard cold like the wintertime. Fight for your love, can't slow me down. Don't go far. I take me and you over for living large. Know I'll be there wherever you are. Cause you shine bright like a shooting star.
Everything feels a little bit lighter with you. Something's letting me heal. You're making it brighter right through the gray.
All right, guys, so I am all done. I don't know if you could see all of that when I was going through, but so this is what I've done. Okay, this is going to be my May setup. This is my May setup, and what I did is I repurposed the watercolor butterflies I did for my stickers. So normally when I design stickers every week on Wednesday, I usually just go to my iPad and I start drawing right on my iPad. And there are different things that you can do. So if, for example, you enjoy watercolor, you can actually create a watercolor painting, and then you can either scan it and upload it into your computer, or you can take a picture of it. And then you can upload that into your iPad using a PNG file. So there's different ways that you can manipulate drawings and stuff if you want to create stickers. And I wanted to experiment. I mean, I can't remember her name, but there was a YouTuber I watched. I think her name was Jenny, and she used to do that all the time. And so I wanted to try it out and see how it worked. And it actually did work quite well. I still prefer drawing stickers on my iPad, but for the aspect that this gave me, like the ability to do free form art, I could do whatever I wanted on paper with watercolor, right? So that aspect of bringing my art back into the mix is also, it kind of satisfied that craving. And then plus I get to use the leftovers in my bullet journal. So this month is all about butterflies for me. And obviously I put the title on this page. I put a poem called Flourish on this page. Ever since I saw the word flourish on Jane's Agenda page marker, I'll show you actually. It's in my planner here. Because again, we're doing butterflies all month long. I just wanted to show you this one here. So at the bottom of it, it says flourish. And that has stuck with me. It's resonated with me for the month of May because, you know, for me personally, May, and again, this is like a self-care health thing, right? So flourish, the poem doesn't really have anything to do with health or wellness, but flourish to me means like me coming out of my shell, and it's kind of what I do when it the weather gets warmer, right? Like I am outside more, I'm enjoying the sun more, I'm doing things that I love outside, and I flourish. Like I love it. It's my favorite time of season. And so the poem says, "True beauty thrives whenever it pleases. It does not need permission or to be acknowledged. That is what makes it true." And the poem is by Becca Lee. And I just glued with my butterflies right into my planner, or right into my bullet journal. And I used the Tombow Mono Dots adhesive. It's like a tape runner. Anyway, I'll link everything that I can down below, even the pens that I used. So I used the Pentel Fude Touch in the dark blue, and then I also used my Tombow 451. This is my Tombow dual brush pen. I wasn't thrilled with the idea of having to draw more butterflies, so I used this sheet from Watercolor Sticker Plans. This is from Etsy. It actually came in a 4-pack from what I purchased. And then these were like the mini stickers. And so I'm not going to be using those in my planner, but I did use a few actually. But I want to be using these in my planner for the weeks just to decorate it. So I thought what better spot to put the mini stickers was in my bullet journal. So I did the calendar a bit differently. I do like a Monday to Sunday start now. I used to be different, but I changed that. And I did a simple calendar where I simply put the lines on the page. And this is so much easier than compared to doing like, like all the boxes and stuff. And I think it looks neater too. Simpler, neater. You just have to figure out where your start date is, and then you can go from there. Like, I didn't write down the goals on the page because I never used it last month. So I'm like, I don't really need it. It's not that important. So honestly, I don't think that I use this calendar to the extent that I probably should have. All I did was, like for example, if I have intense plantar fasciitis pain, I want to write it down on here. Or if I got a foot rub, right? Or if I went and, had a workout or got my nails done. Anything that involves wellness, health, self-care, any of that stuff is what I want to write on that calendar. Okay, so going forward, that's what I'll do. And then, so last month for my habit tracker, I decided to draw it out like this so I could use my dot marker to mark off the days when I did habits. So last month, I drew my habit tracker like this so I could use my dot marker to mark off when I did my habits, and I decided to use this sheet. I'm pretty sure this is from Roro Designs, I believe, from Etsy, but I just cut it out. I printed it. I had a whole bunch of copies. I cut it out so it would actually fit within my bullet journal, and then I added my topics. So I've got anything to do with health, any personal stuff, and then business stuff, and then I track it that way. And then over here is my biohacking tracker. This is from Jane's Agenda. Again, it's a printable. And then you can draw like a line graph depending where you put your dot for that day. And it's kind of cool to see how they interact going down the page. Okay. The next thing that I have, this is a tracker, but I didn't want to write it out on camera. This is my weight tracker. So again, I don't have the weights on the side. I just have the days, but I like to track my weight every day. And then I have something new. So I decided to do a little bit of journaling. So if you guys have watched me before, you'll know that I'm a huge advocate for journaling. I journal daily, every single day. I've never missed a day in my life. Well, I might have missed days when I was like, a teenager. But I did journal for the most part, like 3 to 5 times a week if I miss days. But for the last like 10 years or so, it's been every single day. So there is proof that journaling actually helps you to be more mindful. It actually helps you to be more motivated, more intentional with your time. So, for example, if you write down, like say for instance, and it kind of relates to planning, journaling, it's both kind of the same thing. So for example, if you want to be productive in your day, you write down the top 3 tasks that you absolutely need to get done that day. And if you write it down, you're more likely to do those 3 things than if you never wrote it down at all. And it's actually proven, and there's a lot of science behind it, and even the physical act of writing. So I know a lot of people are into the digital world and they're, typing. I used to think that typing a journal would be so much easier. I think if you're writing a book, typing and anything on the computer is a lot easier. But when it comes to writing in a journal, the written word with your hand, like holding a pen, the physical act of doing that. I don't know the exact science behind it, but it is proven to help you articulate and to think, and just there's so many good things and so many good things that come out of it. And so now I was reading, I think it was Tiny Habits or Atomic Habits. I can't remember which author. But anyway, so they had credited their idea to themselves, which I doubt they came up with the original idea. But that if you are struggling with journaling, if you can't see yourself writing page after page after page, some people write 3 daily pages a day, or they'll write 1 page. I usually write, I used to write however much I needed to get all my thoughts out for that day, for the previous day or whatever. And now I keep it to 1 page a day in my main journal, only because I'm at a time limit. I have so many things to do with my time. I am so exceptionally busy every single day, and I have to limit it to a page a day. So I fit the most important details of my day in 1 page, but I also journal in a Hobonichi as well. So I pick out like the top 3 or 4 things that happened to me that day that I want to remember, and I journal about that in that one. I also keep a business journal, and that is where I write my intentions of what my plans are for my business that day. I write how my previous day went, so it's almost like a reflection on my previous day, and that helps me be more productive as well. And if you don't believe me, try it. You will see what I mean, and it will make you, I don't know the exact percentage, but it will definitely increase your rate at which you work. So, and the time that it takes to do that journaling is mere minutes compared to, like, the things that you actually have to do. It is worth your time. So now I wanted to say that if you struggle with journaling, the first step to kind of get into it, start with 1 line a day. Literally 1 line a day. It takes mere seconds. You can take a few more minutes to think about what you want to say. Be intentional with your thoughts and your words, but this is the easiest way to kind of segue yourself into journaling. And although I'm kind of like a journaling pro, I journal every day, I wanted to add this in here because it's something that kind of like, I used to do this before I read the book, even before probably the guy wrote the book, but it was BJ Fogg from Tiny Habits. And yeah, I used to do this years and years and years ago. So I don't know who came up with the idea, but he said, when you accomplish something, no matter how small it is, celebrate it. And he called it shine. And so if there's something that you have done in a day that you're proud of yourself for, you can call it your daily success or your daily shine or whatever. And then anything, like if there's something really super good that I'm proud of, that I'm like, oh my gosh, I did that, I'm proud of myself for that, I write it down. And helping to celebrate yourself, like, in a moment when you've done something great and you're like, yes, or something worked out for you, and any of those moments where you're like, oh my goodness, great, like, yes, that's called shine, according to BH Fogg from Tiny Habits. And anyway, so I'm going to call it daily success, which I've done before, and I write down 1 line a day of what I was successful at that day or something that I was proud of. Okay. I've also got daily gratitude. So some people go overboard and they're like, try to write 20 things that you're grateful for every day, or even 10. And honestly, it might seem hard at first, but after you start doing it, you can actually do 30 or 50 a day. Believe it or not, like, you would be amazed at what you can kind of open your mind to eventually when you start doing it. At first, it's hard. You're like, I'm grateful for my coffee, like, blah, like, what is that? But trust me, you guys, it makes your life, and it makes it turns your mind more positive. It gives you a more positive spin on your entire life, and something that before would be like, oh great, like a negative Nelly type thing, it just turns you around 100%. So I highly recommend a daily gratitude as well. I also, these are new to me, so I've got a daily intention and a daily mindfulness. So they're new to me. Not that it's not that I've never thought about it before, but I've never actually written them down before. So it kind of goes along with daily success in that my daily intention. So this could be, for example, the one thing that you want to get done. I mean, that's kind of like a task, so I wouldn't personally write that, but your daily intention, what you're intending for that day. So do you want to be kind? Do you want to be a good person? Do you want to be super, super productive? Do you want to spend time with your kids? So anything that your plan is for that day, that is your daily intention. Do I want to be kind to myself? Do I want to show love to myself? Do I want to do a self-care day? Like, anything like that can go there. Now, mindfulness is a little bit different. Daily mindfulness, for example, is being aware. I also like referring to this as awareness. So when you're doing something, like, for example, I remember when I was doing my my education practicum. I had two practicums when I was doing my education degree. And when I was up at the front of the class speaking, my teacher that was overseeing me actually gave me constructive criticism. And she said, "Did you realize that after every sentence, you ask, right?" And I find myself doing that sometimes in my YouTube videos, and I sometimes keep them and sometimes I edit them out because it bugs me. Ever since I heard that conversation with that teacher, I was like, why am I saying that? It's the same as saying like or any of those little right? It's now I'm going to say it all the time. It's any of those little things that we say that we're not really aware of. So when you actually listen to yourself, it's kind of like listening to your inside voice or the voice that you're speaking with or your mannerisms. But it's not to call attention to yourself where you're so critical either. You don't want to be critical of yourself. Give yourself some leeway, like be kind to yourself. But daily mindfulness is that like you're aware of what you're doing throughout the day. So for example, another one would be, if I find myself scrolling on social media, like I did this morning when I went to the washroom this morning, I sat there and I saw this like puppy giving birth and I was like, "Aw," and then I watched the entire video. I wasted 15-20 minutes of my morning doing that. And then I thought, great, Sandra, why am I doing that? I'm wasting my time. Yes, it's a cute video. And sometimes there are points in your day where you want to have moments like that. You want to relax or just chill. But I would schedule that in. Personally, I find it hard to be like, or to say, okay, I'm going to time block my day. And from 12 to 1, while I'm eating my lunch, I'm going to scroll on social media and watch all these funny videos. So between me and my husband, we send each other Instagram or TikTok videos that we think are funny. So it'll be those ones where the babies are laughing or the kitty ones go, ah, with their hands spread, like just funny ones, right? And it's interesting because, as soon as I am finished for the day, like I'm really, really good with my time. So I will finish my work, even though the temptation is there. I won't touch that until I'm done with my work. I put my work away for the day and then I'll sit there for a moment and just, de-stress. Like I'll just like relax and be like, okay, I'm done my work. Let me watch these videos. And I get time to relax and then I go cook dinner, so I give myself that 5-10 minute break in between like really difficult tasks throughout my day. Sorry guys, I think I'm getting sick. So pardon my voice, but yeah, I give myself those moments, but I'm mindful about when I take those moments. So I finish my work first. I don't just sit there and be like, oh, distraction, let me watch my phone. I'm mindful about what I do and I'm intentional about what I do with my day. So they're good reminders. So if you can think of something and make it specific for that day too, like don't just do a general one. But if you can't think of anything, it's okay to also look online on your phone and try to find something, and write it down because like it's not cheating. It's like you're opening your mind to new ideas. So I do not consider that cheating. So just do what you need to do. Okay, the last ones are daily affirmation and daily manifestation. So believe it or not, these are ones that I struggle with most of all. I do a daily manifestation, well, not daily, but I do like manifestations every week when I do my oracle and tarot readings. And it's basically envisioning your life the way you want it. So it's kind of like, was it Atomic Habits or Tiny Habits? Now I'm getting confused. But how they say you want to do the habits that turn you into that person. So for example, you're not going to say, I read a chapter of a book. You want to say, I'm a reader, right? You don't want to say, I read a book. You want to say, I'm a reader. So you basically are changing your identity with your positive or your good habits. And you're trying to build good habits and try to take away negative habits or bad habits. So it's kind of like a mindset thing. So for example, for daily manifestation, you want to write down how you envision that you're living your life. So say you're having a bad day, you write down, I am living my dream life, because you want to write down what your ideal is. Like this is what you want to be doing. or I won the lottery doesn't work because I mean, how many times have you tried that one and it's never worked? The lottery is something that you can't control. So do it within something that you can control. So you can say, I am living in my dream home, because that's eventually something that you can control. You can save up enough money for a down payment for a house, right? Um, you can go get a second job or a third job or whatever it is, or create a side hustle, make your own business at home, and you can earn money. It might take a long time, but you can still do it. And so do write down things that are within your control, right? Even if it's like a 5-year dream or a 10-year dream. And then a daily affirmation. This is one I struggle with, and sometimes I have to look online to find out what an affirmation is, even. Um, like, for example, it says the action or process of affirming something or being affirmed. So, example of affirmation. I'm already like struggling to think of something. But for example, you can say, I am enough, or I'm worthy of love, or I am a strong, loving mother, or I am unique because I am me, or, I will succeed today. Like anything that makes you feel good or anything that you're striving for. So, say you're having a crappy day, think of something positive. It's something that, again, kind of like a manifestation, but you're saying, like, I am a strong, independent person, right? Like, even if you're having a crappy day. So, you having a bad day is completely independent of the fact that you know that you're strong and you know that you're capable, right? So, everybody has bad days and that's okay. But it's when you write these things down, so not only are you writing them down, you're making them come alive, right? You're thinking the thought, and that's what matters. And you would be surprised, even if you do these 6 things every single day, if you're not a big journaler, that's like 6 sentences a day. That's like nothing. And it might take some thought work at the beginning, but it will change your life. Try it. I guarantee it will change you. It might not take a month, it might take a little bit longer than that, but it will eventually change you. So that is it for my bullet journal setup for May. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Um, I actually am excited to play around with that journaling this month. And by the end of the month, it's exciting to see like the whole page filled up. So if it goes well this month, I'm going to continue that for June as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you are new, please consider subscribing. And if you aren't new, but you've just been watching, I would love if you would subscribe as well, because it would really help me out with my growth on my YouTube channel. Give the video or give the bell button a click so you'll be notified whenever I post new content. Also share the video, comment on the video. That always helps me with the YouTube algorithm. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.